So yeah, now we are live. We have breaking news. Breaking news. A bus driver rams into ultra-Orthodox protesters in Jerusalem. One killed. This was warning for this stuff. Made a video. I made a video for when for I believe I made a video talked about this one and because the religious Jews in Israel they want to skip the military and there's pressure on them to join the army and Prime Minister Netanyahu is very hard treating them. I don't really remember which video I made, but was when Prime Minister Netanyahu he clashed. He sent the police to clash with the protesters, and the ones who were protesting were the religious Jews who spend day in and day out praying. And Prime Minister Netanyahu he is very harsh. So this attitude, this kind of behavior from the Prime Minister Netanyahu uh, made it uh, made it normal, okay, like it is okay to treat these guys, religious Jews who spend their days praying, uh, made it normal. So this is not terrorist. This is I don't believe we're gonna read the news together. So trying to find where I was talking about the subject, and it was before New Year, before New Year. So just try to give me one moment, please. Yeah, I cannot find it, but let's try to search together. So I made a video. We're gonna see when this that stuff happened. I was talking about it and I was warning about it. It happened around this terror attack against Jews in Australia. So Israeli police clash with protests. So this is the one here. So you see here 3 weeks ago. Yeah. So yeah, 3 weeks ago I was talking about it. It happens. It's happening all the time. And young man killed in jail bus runs are already protesting there. So this is the news 18. Let's read this one. So this is of course very terrible news. And this happened exactly. Should not 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 going anywhere here. You see, stop. So let's see what's going on. So I didn't write when. Isn't Rawan? I need to know exactly the date when this happened. 3 weeks ago. I need to really know when this stuff happened. And I cannot move the screen anymore. It's stuck. You see? So what's going on? So this news is bad, very bad. Yeah, it's very bad. This is what happened today in Israel, but it is all over the news. 18-year-old man was killed and three others were injured Tuesday evening after a bus. Violence erupted in Jerusalem as ultra-Orthodox Haredi protests clash with police, leaving 13 officers injured. So now I remember Israeli police injured after after clashed with protest. So let's see here. 18 December was it? 10 policemen. So 10 policemen, 10 Israeli policemen were injured in violent clashes with ultra-Orthodox Jews in Jerusalem. So we go back. So two protesters were reportedly killed. So now there are two. There are two. Two protesters were reportedly killed during a demonstration against a conspiracy. Can we read? So two protesters killed. I don't know if you can read this one. So maybe not. You have to wait. So so let's try something else instead. So these are the guys. They are being treated badly by Prime Minister Netanyahu. And of course, we have already a lot of problem in the area, the Holy Land. We don't need this stuff. So why is this anti-Semitic? Because if it is anti-Semitic, please, like, stop it. Stop treating Jews badly in the Holy Land. Prime Minister Netanyahu, with all respect, it is your own people. You should not do that stuff. Not now. It is very sensitive. We are living in a very mysterious time, and everything can happen. Don't start treating. I'm not saying Prime Minister Netanyahu he is like killing, but come on, two protesters were reportedly killed during a demonstration. When did this thing ever happen? When? Never it happened before. Israeli police started the whole. I mean, they started hitting on their own people. Religious people want to go and pray, and Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu, he said, no, you're gonna go and fight. We're gonna have greater Israel. But not everybody can fight. Some people they work uh, like at hospitals. Some people are teachers. Children they go to school. Religious people they go to the synagogue. They pray. Every young man or like adult man, you know that Israeli army there's a lot of women, females. So every adult they say you need to go to the army. But about Israel is a religious state. That is what is Jewish state. This is what Prime Minister Netanyahu he said himself. He made it a religious state before the 7th of October 2023 and a lot of problems around that time because he was like challenging the courts and and I was warning for like Israel is a religious state, like, but never, like, it was never like was not in that, like, if you are, say, you are a religious state like in Iran and stuff, but you have like uh, Netanyahu. He's not a Kahan, he's not a priest, and there's no like a priest like in Iran. You know that is president um Masoud Bazakian, and you have uh, Khamenei, or Khamenei, the leader, the spiritual leader. They don't have that in one Israel. Maybe they have a priest, a kahana, or I don't know what's called in Hebrew, but not people like, that's very important. Like in Iran, everybody knows Khamenei. And this is when President Trump is threatening Iran, he's threatening Khamenei. He's not threatening the president, the leader, the spiritual leader of Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran, is Khamenei. Khamenei. They don't know who is that guy in Israel. They need to have some like spiritual leader. And when Prime Minister Netanyahu, he is not a priest. He changed the laws and the rules, the constitution in Israel. That means trouble. That means trouble, because he's not a religious person, unless he's some kind of religious person. But we don't like have some. He's not the Mashiach, that's for sure. Uh, he cannot be the Mashiach. Um, need a beard. He cannot get a beard. Mashiach needs to have a beard. I believe no, but I believe Mashiach, he has some kind of he need to be like, have some conditions to be Mashiach. He is not Mashiach because Mashiach is not supposed to have a job like a prime minister. Understand? So Mashiach, he will be like everybody will know about him, but he will not have like a prime minister, or like, let's say, President Trump. He cannot be Mashiach because he's a president, even if he's a Jew. Understand? So two protesters were reportedly killed during demonstration against conscription of Haredi Torah soldiers after being struck by a bus. So this is not terrorist because authorities have not yet confirmed whether the incident were intentional or accident. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. They're gonna they're gonna say accident. So 18 December. So we go back to 18 December. I was talking about this one. 18 December. So two Haredi prisoners killed in Jerusalem bus incident. So this is the place where it happened. Two Haredi protesters reportedly killed in Jerusalem bus incident. Killed by bus during Jerusalem anti-constitutional reportedly killed during a demonstration against the conscription of Haredi Torah student. So this is so two protesters were reportedly killed during a demonstration against the conscription of Haredi Torah students in Jerusalem being struck by bus. Authorities have not yet confirmed whether it was intentional or accidental. So let's go to 18 December. So we have something here to maybe 2 weeks ago. This is the one, maybe. Let's check. So 19 December, most probably this is the one. So this is, we're gonna hear what's been said here. So if it is here 19, so maybe we go to 18. 18. So this is the one. Maybe we can see it here. So I'll be talking about the subject because the Holy Land, everything happens. It is talking about so here talking about religion and the Holy Land and Judaism and Mashiach and stuff like that. So we know that President Trump he cannot be Mashiach, although a lot of people might think so because Mashiach cannot have a job like President Trump. He is president and Prime Minister Netanyahu. He cannot be Mashiach because he's the Prime Minister. He's the Prime Minister of Israel. So he cannot be. So I believe it's here. This is the one here. US Pompis. So I usually show the pictures and I talk politics, but not every time. Here it is. Maybe. Here it is. So let's see here. So let's speed up. So this is all like 2 weeks ago. We had some kind of fight and Israeli police were injured. And we lost it now. So it was around here. So let's speed up. We have two Israelis killed by a bus driver. We don't really know that the bus driver was a Palestinian. We don't really know that, but they said we don't really know if it was intentional or accident. So was it Palestinian who killed two Israelis, or was it a Jew who killed other Jews? or was it an accident? But why two Israelis are killed today in the Holy Land? And this has never happened before. In such case, we will blame Netanyahu, Prime Minister. We will blame him because he is harsh on the protesters. Understand, people? He is rather harsh, and I'm not enjoying myself watching Jews being killed by Jews. I don't like it. I don't think anybody like it. But the problem is the atmosphere in Israel is allowing such incidents to happen. Okay, they say this is an accident, everything, but like the, it was a protest. While you're driving, you should be cautious. You should drive slowly. Then, but he's claiming they attacked. He said that the bus driver. He said they tried to climb on the bus. By just saying that, I knew for sure that was intentional, people. Understand? It was intentional. So Jews are killing Jews. Thank you, Prime Minister Netanyahu. This is what I've been warning for. Jews are killing Jews. And how are you going to spin that one? You're going to blame Netanyahu. Prime Minister Netanyahu supposedly to attack Lebanon. He got the green light from President Trump. And this happens. Why? Because Prime Minister Netanyahu uh, I'm going to say it like this. He is having problems at home because he is allowing the Druze community in Syria to be attacked. And a lot of Israeli people are Druze, and they are in the army. And they're going to see their prime minister, okay, allowing the Syrian president Ahmad al-Sharia, who is ex-ISIS, who started ISIS in Syria, is killing the Druze, a lot of the Druze people in Syria, and he is watching. And today he was meeting with who? With ISIS government in Syria. Congratulations, Netanyahu. You earned that one. You earned that one. You are meeting with the terrorist government in Syria. Congratulations, Netanyahu. Because you are in the Holy Land, and neighbor country to Syria is Israel. But President Trump, he is in the White House. He is far, far away. So I cannot find it. We're gonna continue. I want to calm down. I'm very, very, I'm like, I warned Netanyahu. I said, you're gonna get problem at home. That was in the video, last video, I believe, or the video before. So I was warning, and people better take my warning seriously, you know, because you don't play with fire without getting your fingers burned. That's what I'm saying. So that means that Prime Minister Netanyahu is meeting with Hamas. What did he say today about Hamas? Because we know that the ISIS government in Syria and Damascus, they have elements from Al Qaeda, from Hamas, and from ISIS, from Al Nusra. We know that shit stuff. So Netanyahu is meeting with Hamas in Syria, while meanwhile in Gaza he is supposedly to be killing them, and he wants to disarm Hamas in Gaza, but he wants to meet and cooperate with the Syria ISIS between parentheses. ISIS government in Syria, or also they have Hamas in the government. Most probably, what's the difference between Hamas and ISIS? Hamas, like more Palestinians, have Hamas in Syria, been fighting against the former President Assad. So Hamas is gaining power in Syria, and Prime Minister Netanyahu is pushing for that one. And then you get the curse Netanyahu. That's a curse for treating Jewish people. You see, Jewish people, they have some kind of, Netanyahu, you have been warned. How many times I warned you about this one? You don't mess with this stuff. You want to be honest? You want to go be honest. Now you have Jews killing Jews. Congratulations. All I can say, congratulations. I'm going to write Israel on the brink of the civil war. The whole world would see. This will happen again. This is a curse. By meeting the enemy of Israel, Hamas government in Damascus, and you want to disarm Hamas in Gaza, and then you say you're gonna want the last body. The last body, you're not gonna get it. Most probably it was. I'm gonna say anything about dead people, the corpse. Most probably not there. You're not gonna get it. You're gonna go to the tunnels and bring the weapons. Otherwise, you're gonna bomb the tents. So no way back. You're stuck. And then you go meet Damascus government who slaughtered the Druze community. This is what you get for not having principles. What kind of a behavior? When they have slaughtered the Druze community in Syria, a lot of Druze community living in Israel. And you go meet the Hamas, like ISIS, Hamas, Al Qaeda, Al Nusra, you name it, and you say it is positive, it was positive. What? You ain't gonna get cursed. Now you are getting cursed. Jews killing Jews never happened before in Israel. It is happening now. Congratulations. Congratulations, Prime Minister Netanyahu. I warned you many times. I warned you many times. First, he changed the constitution in Israel. He went against the courts before the 7th of October. And when 7th of October happened, he never told what was the real deal, why he didn't go out and help. Like why he didn't call the army 6 hours, watched the Hamas rape and slaughter Israelis and was watching only, and then he said, I don't know what he say, okay? And then nobody was discussing the stuff, and now we want to go create greater Israel, and but a lot of soldiers have been killed, like thousands, 1,000, 100 something, in a war with Hamas and Hezbollah, that he could have prevented in the first place, and Yemen, and went for Iran and bombed Yemen, bombed Qatar, lost. Then we're having war for 2 years. Of course, we're gonna lose our soldiers. Lots of soldiers killed, injured, and mental problem. Now we have Jews killing Jews. Now you have Jews killing Jews. So yeah, I was warning about it. I believe it was yeah. Anyways, so let's see here. Two Jews killing. We're not gonna play the video. If we find anything, this news is so 20 minutes ago. Two Haredi protesters reportedly killed in Jerusalem bus incident. They're gonna say incident. They're gonna say incident, but actually, he said they climbed on the bus. So let's read again. Let's go back here. Let's read this stuff. So he said they climbed on the bus. So why did you like? So let's read again. 18-year-old was killed. Three were injured as the bus driver ran off the ultra-Orthodox Jews during a Haredi traffic protest in Jerusalem. And on Tuesday, Israeli fire respond to severe pollution. A bus pedestrians said United Hatzalah volunteer, a male, was trapped unconscious under the vehicle. Fire and rescue personnel extracted the patient, who was unfortunately found with no signs of life, pronounced deceased at the scene. We also provided initial medical. They worked at the Hadith University one. The driver was arrested at the scene. Marif quoted him as saying, "They climbed into the bus and I tried to get away." I've been warning. Nobody listen. I warned many times. Now it has happened. You have Jews killing Jews. Not supposed to happen. The whole world. Very terrible news. That is called hit and run. That's hit and run. The hit and run. Hit and run. Two Jews killed after hit and run in Israel. The hit and run occurred at thousands of Haredi Orthodox protesters gathered. They were protesting, and the bus went through them. And they're gonna say, "We're gonna do. How are you gonna spin that one? I don't know, but this. We are deeply shaken by severe ramming incident, ramming, um, ramming to so incident. They are trying to. Haredi blood is not cheap. So Naftali Bennett, our country cannot look like this. I agree, totally agree. Netanyahu, you have problem now at home. You didn't listen. You need to. You, you are sleeping with a terrorist in Damascus government. You are sleeping with it. I'm gonna say more. Yair Golan, Democrats called the incident a horror, sending his own condolences to the families of 18-year-old who was killed. They're trying to downplay because the other news are talking about two. I'm talking about they are talking about one. I don't know if you can say this one. This is from today. It was a big, big protest. See if you can get this one. You see. So why a bus would drive through these guys? Let them protest instead. You don't drive when you have protests. You don't go through these guys. Here it happened. You see here. Of course, they are protesting, and they went through them. And you see also fire. Agreeing to a draft law is agreeing to destruction of Judaism. You see, this is infected. Some of the signs help. Let the people pray. Let them pray. Other signs allege that the Israeli government discriminates against Sephardic Jews, calling Israel apartheid state. Yeah. So two Israelis killed in protests in Jerusalem. This is what you get. This is because you went and met terrorists in Syria. The delegation, the Syrian government delegation, or the Syrian ISIS delegation went to Paris, to France, and you send you send the Israelis to meet the terrorists in France. This is what you get. What did I say? Anyone who support these terrorists in Damascus will get the curse. Doesn't really matter. It's President Trump, Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu, Macron, President Macron, MBS, the Saudi prince, Turkey President Erdogan. You are treating this guy like a VIP. Is he the Jewish Moshiach? If he is the Jewish Moshiach, better tell us, because you cannot be a Moshiach and have a job. If he is the Moshiach, okay, he cannot be the Syrian president. No, yes, he can be Moshiach and president at the same time. If he is the Moshiach, that explains everything. Why, like, you are doing like this, uh, putting parfum, spraying him parfum, and treating him and the red carpet and this stuff. That explains everything. Since he took over the government in Syria, he's destroying Syria, killing people, and doing nasty stuff. He recently he have changed the money, and he printed like these Monopoly, this game Monopoly money. You see, very easy to tear up, and with the only fruits on the money, and then the 2000 became like the 200 became 2 lira, like 200 money with like 200 lira. They took out the two zeros, become 2 lira. They lost a lot, but it's not recognized outside Syria. The money, the new money, only fruits, like in Monopoly, you get this money, and just fooling around. There's rumors that he has been attacked and even injured. Uh, the day before New Year's Eve, I go back to the video I made that on 30, the last day of last year, and there was a news article that he was being attacked, or his bodyguard, something shooting, explosion, something about something happened, and he's not been seen since then. And then yesterday they released the video. He was in the shop, and then today they compared the clothes he had when he went to the Syrian shop, and the clothes he had is the same when he was celebrating the new money he printed. So that was before the so-called assassination attempt. So I believe, I'm not sure, but uh, unless he is going out on, like, on television, and talking to the people, Syrian people, the rumors will explode. Most probably he's injured. That's why he's not going out. We never know, but maybe it's so-called controlled opposition have produced this fake news that he was like somebody tried to kill him, so he is injured. But where is he? Where is Al-Julani? Al-Shara, Ahmad Al-Shara has not been seen uh, since the 30, since the day before New Year's Eve. So he is not seen. He is not seen. And we don't know where he is. We don't know if he's alive or not. So a lot something is going on in Syria. Uh, we have two Israelis killed in protest. Two Israelis killed in protest in Jerusalem, and the Syrian president is missing. That's all. Let's see.